Thank you, Tom. Welcome to Melrose Unitarian Universalist Church. Our service today is titled, We the People, Stronger Together. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Rhea. My pronouns are they, them, and I am your Director of Lifespan Religious Education and Intern Minister. MUUC is a vibrant, caring community dedicated to love and service. If this is your first time visiting, please seek out our greeter with any questions you may have. That person always wears a yellow stole, so you can find them easier. Today it is Beth Uruguay, right there. Oh, delivering a name tag. Excellent greeters. Our usher today is Donald Bissix. Our coffee hour host are Barbara Lambiaso and Corey Mann. And our RE volunteers this morning are Christopher Knupp. So big thank you to all the people who make Sunday morning happen. Now we just have a few announcements this morning. My in-person office hours are canceled this coming week while I am in Oklahoma visiting family and friends. I will still be working some remote, so please feel free to email me if you need anything. Registration is now open for the 2026 Cape Cod retreat to be held at Craigville Retreat Center on May 1st through 3rd. The retreat is open to women, feminine identifying, non-binary, and LGBTQ plus folks. To learn more, please see on the church website or the midweek update. The Racial Justice Team is organizing a trip to see the Black Lives Matter exhibit at the Foundry in Cambridge next Sunday, February 22nd. The group will meet at MUUC at 2:30 to carpool. For more information, please talk to Ann Easterbooks. And finally, please note the signs on the walls were designed by the pro-democracy team to complement the signs of fascism road signs you may have seen. If you are interested in holding one of these signs on a roadside standout, see a pro-democracy team leader for more details. Now let us begin. You can find the order of service pinned in the chat box for our service today, or as always, it's also on the screen via QR code. Now let us take a moment to say hello to one another. Hello.
The call to worship this morning is a poem adapted by. I'm sorry, I could start again. The call to worship today is a poem adapted from a 1946 prose piece by German Lutheran pastor Martin Niemöller. First they came. First they came for the communist, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists and did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Come, let us worship together. And now we light the symbol of our faith, the flaming chalice. Here to light ours this morning is Nyla McCulloch, member of the pro-democracy ministry team.
I invite you now to rise in body or in spirit and join me in reciting our pro-democracy team's chalice lighting words. The words are here on the screen. We light this chalice as a reminder that democracy is a practice of love, that politics can be sacred work, that our voices together create more than any one voice alone. Please remain standing and join in our opening hymn, This Joy That I Have, by Shirley Caesar. Words will appear on the screen.
please be seated. I have a short story for you. It's called Sometimes People March by Tessa Allen. Sometimes ants march. Sometimes bands march. Sometimes people march. Marching is something people do together when they want to resist injustice or when they notice the need for change. People march for many reasons. People march for things they care about and for people they love. People march for the health of their bodies and their communities and the world. People march for the freedom to love and live and learn. Sometimes people carry signs to share their stories of resistance. Take a second to look at all the signs. If you're interested, at the end of the book, there's a listing of what all the signs represent, but they go back a long way. People resist in many ways. Sometimes they resist with their voices. They might resist with words, like a letter to the editor, or with songs, or with art. People resist with meetings. They resist by standing up, or sitting down, or taking a knee. It isn't always easy. Feet get tired, arms get tired, hearts and hopes get tired. Sometimes problems seem too big or too complex. But we do not march alone. Ants are stronger together. Bands are louder together. People are more powerful together. Sometimes from feelings of fear or anger or injustice comes the hope for change. Sometimes great change starts small with a brave question. Maybe your question, a question that calls people together. And together, we find the courage to march. Thank you for your good listening. It's time now for the children to go downstairs for RE.
If they want to come find me or Steve or Chris and follow us down, that'd be great. We're going to be doing some Legos and also sign making. Very appropriate for today.
Every Sunday, we create together here a time of quiet meditation, a time for each of us to connect again with our inner selves and our highest ideals. Let us begin this time by closing our eyes if that feels safe, or lowering your gaze and letting your breath flow in and out of you. Feel the ground below you, feel your body relaxing. Maybe it's starting to slouch a little, or you're stretching your arms out nice and wide. And breathe. Let yourself feel whatever it is you feel. During this meditation time, first we'll join in our centering song, then we'll sit for a time of shared quiet, then we'll share our joys and sorrows, and we'll hear a prayer. Our worship theme for February is embodying resilience. And our centering song for the month is Meditation on Breathing, number 1009 in the Teal Hymnal, and the words will appear on the screen. It is our tradition in worship to share with one another the milestones of our lives, our personal joys and sorrows. While we refrain from sharing announcements here, we can share about the events of the week have impacted us personally. We speak and listen with care, so that our sharing knits us together in love and strength in community. If you have a sorrow to share, please come forward now to speak at the mic. Folks on Zoom can type in the chat box, and I will read them aloud. All right, I don't see any joys in the chat, so thank you for sharing. Don, please light another candle to help us remember these joys, which help to connect us and remind us all of the beauty of living. And this candle shines out and gives thanks for all the blessings in our lives.
This prayer is adapted from Singing the Living Tradition by the UUA, as quoted in 365 Blessings to Heal Myself and the World by Pierre Pradervand, called Love Makes a Bridge. May love make a bridge from heart to heart and hand to hand. May love find a way when laws are blind and freedom banned. May love lift the hopes that force and fear have beaten down. May love break the chains and give us strength to stand our ground. May love make a bridge that winds may shake but not destroy. May love carry faith through life and death to endless joy. Thank you.
This church is self-funded, supported by your generous annual pledge. You may also give to our weekly collection, which is split every month with a worthy group via the Giving Beyond Our Walls program. Remote folks can donate using the link at the top right corner of our homepage at melroseuu.org. Our MUUC pro-democracy team has chosen the Immigrant Rapid Response Fund of the Women's Foundation of Minnesota. IRRF ensures that resources move quickly, responsibly, and with community accountability to trusted organizations responding to immigration-related emergencies across Minnesota. Half of the collection plate from February will support rapid, community-informed decisions with immediate impact. Our anthem today is called A New National Anthem, Arise, Arise, and it's by Jean Roja.
I have two short readings this morning. Justice William Hastie, the first African American on the federal bench, said, "Democracy is a process, not a static condition. It is becoming rather than being. It can easily be lost, but never is fully won. Its essence is eternal struggle." And Justice Thurgood Marshall said, "Where you see wrong or inequality or injustice, speak out, because this is your country. This is your democracy. Make it, protect it, pass it on."
Good morning. So rather than a sermon from the minister, you're going to get some heartfelt testimonials from four of us. When you think back to the first few months of last year, do you remember how disturbing they were to us? How confused and frustrated we were? People were asking, "But what can I do? Will it be effective? Is it safe?" Reverend Suzanne realized immediately that we needed to do something to help our church members understand what was happening and how to get involved. She asked Karen Gabler and me if we could start a pro-democracy movement at MUUC. Our first step was to figure out who in the congregation had an interest in the topic and what they most needed. We started a mailing list for a pro-democracy email exchange where we could share information about what thought leaders and journalists were saying and what people could do to express their anger and concerns. We asked people to sign up, and you did. First a handful, then 15, then more and more. And soon we noticed new people joining our community, looking for help with how to respond to our changing world. By last spring, in the pro-democracy protest world started to take shape, both within MUUC and the local community and nationwide. Here at church, Susan Danielson, Mary Hildebrand, and Ginger Lazarus stepped up to propose co-leadership of a new ministry team. They drafted and presented a proposal to the congregation, and you voted yes, giving the pro-democracy ministry team a 2-year budget to continue and grow. Around this time, we started aligning our actions and plans with others. The local Indivisible group, started by Sue Hers in Wakefield with less than 25 people last winter, started holding weekly standouts on Saturdays in the center of downtown Wakefield, and many of us joined in. That group now has over 1,500 members in 1 year from Wakefield, Melrose, and beyond. And 4 of our pro-democracy team members serve on its board. MUUC member Jane Roper revitalized her Mobilize Melrose group, planning protests and other activities, and we have supported and participated in her efforts as well. Today, just over a year since we started this journey, our peaceful protest movement is thriving. Instead of feeling hopeless, as many of us did a year ago, we see the movement growing and know we are making a difference. We are acting on our values within a supportive and growing community of like-minded people. Our pro-democracy efforts mean a lot to me because they amplify being part of a community that cares, doing something impactful together to address the country's problems, acting on our UUA values, all centered around love, supporting our vision, which we recite together most Sundays, checking off every box in our mission. We gather, inspire, give, and transform. So in conclusion, I can't help but tie all of this to the upcoming pledge drive. No sighs, no, none of that. But as you know, I captained the pledge drive this year. But being part of the pro-democracy ministry team since its founding to now is just one example of why I give of my time, talent, and treasure to support this community. In March, when some of you will be making pledges of support for next year, I hope you will be motivated as well to support MUUC and all it offers each of us and the community. Thank you.
Our democracy and civil rights are being threatened. Like many of you, Jerry and I first started going to protests, from the Women's March to Hands Off Our Rights protests, but we wanted to do more. We attended a brainstorming session with the local Indivisible group and spent a few hours with about a dozen people learning about peaceful protest and thinking of creative things we could do. The two main takeaway messages were these. Researchers Erica Chenoweth and Maria Stefan had determined that between 1900 and 2006, nonviolent campaigns were twice as likely to succeed as violent campaigns to lead to political change. They also noted numbers really mattered, and nonviolent protest seems the best way to get the widespread support. Once around 3.5% of the whole population has begun to participate actively, success appears to be inevitable. Currently, that would be about 11 million people in the United States engaged in active, sustained protest. Nonviolent protests are not only the moral choice, they are also the most powerful way of shaping world politics. As part of this pro-democracy team and our local Indivisible leadership team, our goals are to protect democracy by engaging in nonviolent protest and to grow the movement in order to protect our constitutional rights.
As Paula described, our mission is to activate a critical mass of people to engage in sustained, nonviolent protest. We hope to activate 11 million people to take action to defend our democracy. It's not just those on the left. We need centrists, we need those on the right. We need those who don't even identify what their politics are. We need the young, the old, the families, the lonely. We hope to execute a phased shift toward democracy so that people who are already doing something will do slightly more. So people who've not yet engaged will do at least some small thing. And people who have even been aligned with the fascists will move slightly in the direction of democracy. Given we're in a church, it's important to note that faith is a major component of this nonviolent movement. Thus this t-shirt today. We have faith that the research and science from Erica Chenoweth and others are well-founded. We have faith that our personal individual efforts will make a difference. We have faith that many others will also rise up to act just a little bit more at no matter what level they're able. We have faith that if we each do our part individually, aligned and organized with others, as part of a movement, we will succeed. In the 1770s, individual citizens, the thought leaders, and those with relative power and privilege all had faith that they could take on a monarchy. We have faith that people at all different levels of privilege, power, and expertise will join this movement, including all of you, and contribute what they're each able. People step up at all levels, national, state level, local, and we need the warriors too. We need you to act as the message for today. Wherever you are on the spectrum of activity to support democracy, simply do a little bit more. Reach out, ask what you can do something on your own. It's learning, it's teaching, it's talking to neighbors and friends, it's writing letters and calling congressmen, it's participating in boycotts, it's leveraging social media expertise that you have, it's singing groups, it's participating in strikes, which are among one of the most powerful actions we can take, but they're also difficult. Please take the risk you can and have faith that with others, we can protect our democracy. Please do just a little bit more. Along with millions of others, we will succeed.
Like probably a lot of you, in the last year, I've struggled to find my footing. What should I do? How could I best use my abilities to make a difference? And even now, there's many great ideas that just got put forth, but it's still hard. I do know that something clicked for me the day that I found out about Be Vocal, which stands for Boston Voices for Community and Labor, a new protest chorus founded in early 2025 by Lisa Gallatin, who's a longtime activist and song leader. One day last February or March, I joined an impressively large gathering of singers at a church in Cambridge to rehearse classic anthems like We Shall Not Be Moved, as well as newer gems from the Peace Poets and Poor People's Campaign and originals by Lisa. I met new folks and ran into old friends. Together we raised our voices in song. Be Vocal has quickly gained traction due to Lisa's wide network of activist contacts, as well as the hunger for music at protests and actions. The very first gig for me was the Hands Off demonstration last April. I was excited, and then I thought about getting up on a stage in City Hall Plaza in front of thousands of people and cameras, and I began to freak out. Be Vocal is an enthusiastic but loosely structured group. Rehearsals rotate among locations in Cambridge, JP, and Brookline. Attendance is optional. Much of our repertoire is easy to learn by design because we want the crowd to pick it up and sing along. Still, this was kind of a big deal. On that chilly, cloudy day in April, my stomach squirmed as we waited in line next to City Hall during our opening act, Mayor Michelle Wu. And then we went on. And as I looked out at the massive crowd, I suddenly, amazingly felt at home. They were us. More people eager to belt out our truths, to vibrate the air with passion and outrage and determination, to literally let freedom ring. Song has long been a central feature of protest movements the world over. Just two examples: the American Civil Rights Movement ran on now iconic anthems like We Shall Overcome. The Bread and Roses Mill Strike of Lawrence was nicknamed the Singing Strike for the many melodies that warmed the frigid winter air of 1912. No shade to the boss, but while famous artists can make big waves with with big hits like The Streets of Minneapolis, that's not where the true power of protest song lies. It's in the simple melodies and chants that anyone can join in. Singing is embodied. It is breath and muscle, movement and vibration we can all feel. It connects us spiritually, emotionally, physically. It brings joy, it releases tears, it calms and emboldens and unites. I want to be clear that singing is not enough. It feels good for all the reasons I just said, but its most essential purpose is to give us courage to do the hard and unsexy work of fighting tyranny. Civil rights demonstrators needed that courage to endure attack dogs, fire hoses, beatings, arrests, and outright murder by defenders of the segregationist regime. The Bread and Roses strikers needed courage as they suffered months of deprivation to wear down the powerful mill owners. Minneapolis met its moment with courage, and a new movement called Singing Resistance has gone viral nationwide from Minneapolis. In a couple weeks, Be Vocal will host a massive gathering of Boston singers to learn one of the Singing Resistance anthems, Hold On, and to plan for actions in the event of a Boston ICE invasion. If you're called to join, you want to sing, ask me after for details. Everyone is welcome. Courage, friends. Let's sing ourselves into action. And on that note, our closing hymn is We Are, 1051 in the Teal Hymnal, and words will appear on the screen.
please remain standing and join me in the chalice extinguishing words now on the screen. May the work we do here ripple outward, strengthening community, deepening democracy, and bending the arc towards justice. Our service has ended. Please enjoy a brief postlude from Tom before gathering for coffee and refreshments in Parish Hall. Thank you for worshiping with us today, and happy Sunday.